So obviously now Teofimo Lopez is coming off his great performance against Josh Taylor. One question that's actually come to my mind is who actually had a better performance against Josh Taylor? Was it Jack Catterall or Josh Taylor? Now obviously a lot of people think that Jack Catterall clearly won the fight against Josh Taylor, and it was a complete robbery. Like, they should have gave it to Jack Catterall, but he got robbed, and because of that a lot of people thought that was one of the biggest robberies in boxing that year, because if Jack Catterall would have won that fight, it would have become undisputed, and him getting robbed means he lost literally all of the belts, and it's kind of it's a bit sad, to be honest with you, because he should have won that fight, in my opinion. So just comparing both of their performances, whose performances do I think is better? Jack Catterall managed to accomplish something that Teofimo Lopez never managed to do. What he managed to accomplish was that he managed to actually knock him down. He clearly knocked him down in, I can't remember what round it was, I think it was the 8th round. He knocked him down. While Teofimo Lopez, he came close to knocking him down in the 11th round. He landed several combinations, and Josh Taylor's legs were clearly gone. They were finished. Like, he was out of there. Like, he was on the verge of getting stopped, and I think if Teofimo Lopez would have landed a couple more body shots, I think he would have done it, or maybe a couple more harder headshots. But he came so close to knocking him down, but he at the end of the day, he never managed to actually do it. So from that perspective, I actually think that Teofimo Lopez, from that perspective, you can argue that Catterall had a better performance than Teofimo Lopez because of the fact that he knocked him down. But if you actually look at the performance, I actually think that Jack Catterall's performance against Josh Taylor was a lot more one-sided. Like, don't get it twisted, Josh Taylor did land a couple of shots on him, but it wasn't to the point, it wasn't as competitive as the Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor fight. In the Josh Taylor Teofimo Lopez fight, Josh Taylor landed several hard 100 hard shots on Teofimo Lopez, and he took it. And I don't remember him landing that many shots on Jack Catterall. But to be fair, you can argue that the Teofimo Lopez fight was a lot more flashy. There was a lot more finesse to it, and I feel like Teofimo Lopez pot-shotted him quite well. So it's purely subjective, but just looking at it, I actually think Jack Catterall performed better against Josh Taylor than Teofimo Lopez did. But Teofimo Lopez had a lot more swagger and had a lot more finesse and flair about him when he was doing it, so he looked a lot more good than it actually was. But if you're looking at it purely from a technical boxing perspective, Jack Catterall got hit less, landed more shots, was a lot more competitive against him. Well, Josh Taylor was a lot more competitive against Teofimo Lopez, and on top of that, he knocked him down. While Teofimo Lopez, when he fought Josh Taylor, yeah, he clearly won. There's no denying that, but the fact is, like, he got hit with a lot more shots and he didn't manage to knock him down. So just from that perspective, I would argue that I think Jack Catterall actually performed better against Josh Taylor than Teofimo Lopez did. But the ironic thing is, Teofimo Lopez was the one that walked away with a win, while Jack Catterall didn't, even though Jack Catterall knocked him down while Teofimo Lopez didn't. So obviously that's just the politics of boxing. Unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't go your way, despite the fact that Jack Catterall arguably had a better performance against Josh Taylor. He never got the decision. While Teofimo Lopez, because he's a bigger name and a bigger draw, he got the decision because of the fact that he's backed by a powerful promotion in Top Rank. He's more of a star in the US. But tell me what you think below. Who do you think has had a better performance? Was it Teofimo Lopez, or do you think it was Jack Catterall against Josh Taylor? I personally think it was Jack Catterall, but unfortunately he never got the win. Tell me what you think below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.